Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm Andrea.
And I'm Morgan, and this is Opinionated Moms.
Okay, we got lots to talk about. We had a big day, reunion day, Atlanta, but first some headlines. Take us in.
Okay, so, okay, first things first, there was a clip that I meant to send to you.
Okay.
And Shamea was basically talking, I don't know who she was talking to, but she was talking to somebody. And she was
hmm
talking about how she was really hurt by Portia, talking about her music, like the scene in the last episode, where they played the
hmm
song. And she was like, I just don't understand why Portia's acting like that. It was super disrespectful. She talked over the song. I
Yep.
don't even know why she would say, like, is this Drew? Now, low key, it kind of did sound like Drew, but you could tell it wasn't Drew, but it had like a Drew vibe. So I don't know
Yeah.
why she said that though. It's giving hater. It's giving hater.
Yeah, and like we both love Portia. That scene, I wanted to like slap Portia right there. And I was like, you are not being a good friend right there. Like
Right.
when all the girls around are feeling that kind of energy, it's like Portia, like I know you have a lot going on, but can you show up for your friend? I did not see that clip though. My feelings would be so hurt. That's my best friend on the show, supposedly, of decades.
Right.
So yeah, shame on Portia.
Yeah, that was bad. She's becoming a hater. Okay, Real Housewives of New Jersey. So, there's been a lot of talk about a cast shakeup because like last time they couldn't even do like a proper reunion and everything. So, it has
Yep.
been reported from an insider, and I will link the article where I found this below. Melissa and Dolores are
Okay.
coming back and Teresa is getting her own spinoff. Rachel Fuda was supposed to come back, but her husband reportedly is so obnoxious that production does not want to work with him anymore. So she is not coming
Mm,
back. So what do you think?
yeah. I'll be honest with you. I would like that to be reality, but until I feel like we hear it from like Bravo themselves, I don't believe anything.
Mm,
That would be ideal. I want Melissa to come back, and they gotta like make Teresa think that like because she's above it all, they're gonna give her her own show.
mm,
But it's like, let's be real. All the women can film with each other except for Teresa. You know what I'm saying? Like Teresa's the one who has most of the issues, um, in my opinion. But I would love to see it play out that way. I don't think that's gonna happen. Wait, so that means no Danielle either?
no, no Margaret, no
I kind of
Danielle.
like Danielle.
Um, I
I
like
I'm
Danielle, but
not
I think
surprised.
it's because she hit Jennifer Aiden with the cup.
Oh
I
my
guarantee you that's
gosh.
what it is.
Jennifer Aiden deserved that and much worse. Let me just say that.
I mean,
Um,
she did, but if they're not gonna let Monique come back to Potomac, Jennifer can't come back. I mean, Danielle
well, then
can't.
why did Teresa come back in the first place? She's flipped a table. Like she's
She
literally
she
flipped a table.
lifted a table. Nobody actually got hurt. We have to let that go. But like physical contact,
But
I draw the
it's the
line.
act of doing it. Literally, it's the act of doing it. That's what I mean. I feel there's such double standards where with Teresa, they let her get away with so much more. Like I don't understand.
I don't know. I just feel it. I feel like nobody got hurt.
Danielle pulling Margaret's hair, like that was
Yeah,
okay.
but
That was
even
okay.
if Teresa told her to do that, Danielle is the one who actually was dumb enough.
But that's what I'm saying though. But Danielle did it, and I mean that wasn't bad. Margaret was even kind of like,
You're correct, but they set the standard with Monique and Candace. Candace hit Monique in the face with that glass, whether she wants to admit it or not. She hit her in the face with that glass.
Mhm.
Monique was like, no, no. So she beat her up as any sane person would,
Yeah.
and she wasn't allowed
How
to come
about
back.
okay? And then how about I'm just taking it back. OC, and I love Tamara, but when Tamara throws the wine at what's her name? Gosh, I can't remember her name right now. But it was like in the beginning, the first seasons. You know what I mean? When she throws wine
I
at Jen.
honestly, I honestly don't remember. It's like I watch OC, but I like tune it out most of the time.
I just
But I,
feel
I feel you though, because
yeah.
Rena broke that wine glass at dinner arguing with Kim in Beverly Hills. So I mean, I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying they set the standard
I just feel there's double
at
standards
Monique.
for
It
certain
absolutely is.
people.
But they didn't take action until Monique and Candace got into that fight. So that's the standard now. So that's what I feel like we
Mhm.
should
Yeah,
go with.
yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah, yeah.
anyway,
Well, anyways, I don't until Bravo confirms it, I don't know who's coming back. So yeah.
yes. Okay. So, also randomly, Alexia from Miami and her husband got a divorce. So,
Oh, they did? It's
yeah, her and
final?
Todd, they are officially divorced.
Oh,
That's
dang.
really sad.
Oh, I had heard that they were like trying to like make things work. Like, did you hear that? They were like hanging
Yeah.
out.
I mean, I feel like they were
Oh,
only married for like 5 minutes, so the fact that you had to try to make it work. I'm just being
yeah,
honest.
I mean
Like,
that's
but
no, I know, but I feel for her. Like, I don't know. I'm like, oh gosh. He was always kind of weird to me, but
yeah.
now she's got to move on to bigger and better things.
All right, well,
So was that it for him?
and Garcelle and Sutton are reportedly still not talking after this reunion. And I feel like
Wait.
I know why. Because what the F was that? I wouldn't talk
So
to
can we
Sutton either.
transition into Beverly Hills?
Yeah, that's my segue.
Okay. All right. First, what are your thoughts after watching it?
Okay, I literally just turned it off. Um, okay, let
You're
me,
like, ugh.
yeah, I'm like, oh, gotta let it absorb. Okay, so first of all, okay, so their outfits first. So when I originally first saw the looks, I was like, ooh, I don't like these dresses. Like I thought Garcelle looked great, and normally that would not be a thought of mine. But I
Hmm.
thought Garcelle looked
Yeah.
amazing.
Agreed.
But then when I watched the actual episode, I was like, oh, their dresses look better like on the
In
show.
person.
Yeah, than they
Yeah.
did in the photographs. Garcelle was still the best dress, and Kyle's dress was still really,
Yep, I
really
agree.
ugly. It was terrible. But yeah, anyway, Garcella's best dress. I am not shocked at how the conversations went, but I am very shocked that Sutton is gonna literally sit there and act like she had Garcelle's back this season. Like at the end, when Kyle and Garcelle were talking about whatever they were talking about, and then Garcelle was like, what did you say after Kyle talked to us off camera? And Sutton's like, I said we should respect that. And I wanted to be like, girl, no, you didn't. You didn't even say that on camera. She didn't say that
Hmm.
until towards the end, right before they went on the trip. I'm like, what do
Hmm.
you mean? What are you talking about? So I know that Garcelle's telling the truth because she didn't even say that on camera. I was like, did you watch the show? Were you?
Hmm. And I
Yeah.
feel like that is my problem with Sutton is that she's it's like I don't feel like she remembers the stuff that she says on camera, off camera, and like the whole world's watching. Like you're not a Kyle supporter. Like you're an awful person to Kyle. Like you're literally backstabbing her with your best friend, talking shit about her, like on camera, off. God knows what they're saying off camera. And then reunion day, Sutton is like peep like a mouse, wants to
Right.
look pretty. And it's like, Sutton, like, what is wrong with you? I want to say though, I gotta be honest, Garcelle's energy from the minute she walked in, I was like, oof, I'm not really feeling her energy. Um, I personally think she can't stand any of these ladies on the show. I don't, and I can understand that. Maybe they're too shallow, they're too superficial. Maybe they can't relate with her. So that's really sad. But I feel like when she walked on, there was this sort of like energy of her like just not really caring. I felt she was so dismissive when Dorit was talking when they bring up the robbery thing again with Dorit. And like Garcelle just seems so like, okay, fine. Those are my thoughts. Those are my feelings. It's whatever. Okay.
Well, I feel
And
like she's kind of over it. We've been talking about it for a little while now.
she's over
And
it. But I feel like it's so rude, cold, and heartless. Like that woman cannot stand her. And even Bose is looking at her like, are you really like, wait, what?
I don't
Like,
know, I'm kind of Team Garcon in this conversation because
oh, I'm Team Bo.
I know, yeah.
I'm just team humanity in this situation where Garcelle could have just been like, in my opinion, she could have been like, honestly, Dorit, I'm sorry that those words hurt you. It's how I feel. I really don't want to talk about this for
But I feel
anymore.
like she's tried to say that. Okay, here's my problem. if you go back and watch it, she tried to say that, but Dorit does the same thing that Sutton does, where like when they want to make a point, they just keep repeating it, and they'll miss like the apology and the empathy that they're getting because they're just so determined to keep making the point that the other person
So
wronged.
then why is it okay when Sutton does it and Garcelle forgives her and like literally can't see what an awful friend she is until now
Because
she's
I don't
finally
think
seen
that Sutton ever did that directly to Garcelle, but I think Dorit does it all the time to Garcelle. So I think Garcelle was just like, "Listen, I'm trying to say something," and then Dorit was like, "No, I'm cutting you off, and now I'm gonna repeat the wrong thing that you did." And Garcelle was like, "Okay, whatever."
Yeah, I mean, honestly, her energy
Because I
was
feel
just,
like if I was talking to Dorit, I would have done the same thing. I would have been like, listen, because she did say, she was like, you went through something that was traumatic. It was horrible. But her emphasis in that moment wasn't to, it's not about giving Dorit empathy in that moment because we've already done that. We've already
mhm,
acknowledged that it was a bad thing and she has trauma, blah, 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 blah. What we're talking about are Garcelle's remarks later on, where they
mhm,
rolled the tape back and she said, I don't think this had anything to do with Dorit setting it up. I think somebody set it up though. And
yeah.
it did look a little suspect. It didn't look, it was like it was a weird scenario for a robbery or whatever. But I don't think there's anything wrong with Garcelle saying that. I think
Mm,
Dorit took the comments and kind of ran. She's like, "You said my husband set it up. It didn't have to be your husband. It could have been a housekeeper. It could have been a friend that came over.
yeah.
It could literally be anybody. Somebody did that, and it was some sort of inside job. It was just like when Kim K, when she got robbed in Paris, it was an inside job. It was the people
Hmm.
who worked at the hotel, an inside
Yeah.
job. That doesn't mean she set it up for
Yeah.
herself, you know?"
I'm like yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just over that conversation with her and Dorit about it. Um And I agree with this statement that Kyle says to them, to Kyle, to Sutton and Garcelle, when she's like, "The two of you girls are mean girls," and
Together,
I
yes,
100
100%.
together.
Yeah.
Like I, I thought Kyle made a great point where she's like, "Garcelle, I've had conversations with you off camera privately about what is going on, and then on camera you're gonna be some like you're gonna do something else." And Garcelle's like, "Well, it's all in the press. Like we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it." It's like, are you kidding me? That's the only thing you guys are gonna talk about. And then Kyle brings up like you don't want to talk about your child, and we respect that. Like, so why are they not allowed to talk about Garcelle's son? And then they can't respect, like, nobody even cares about Morgan. Nobody cares. Like, literally, nobody cares more than Garcelle. It's kind of weird.
I think the audience cares. Okay, so
But we all look,
the
how about this?
audience cares,
We
but the
all
cast
know,
doesn't care.
that she is going through something with her sexuality. Her marriage is falling apart. She's in denial about that. She's in denial about her sexuality. She's in denial about herself. And she can't say it out loud. She can't. She's not there yet. And why can't we accept that? It bothers me that literally like the world can accept that. She's afraid to say it. She's embarrassed. She's ashamed. Maybe she can't admit it yet. She's got to do it on her own terms. We already know what's going on. She's in love with this girl and she's sad that her marriage is ending. That's it. Sorry.
I don't disagree with you, but they have set the standard on Housewives that when something's in the press, we're going to talk about it. That's just a Housewife standard. And she did bring Morgan on, and now Morgan doesn't want to be on the show. I completely understand that. That's a hard transition, especially with the position that they're in with the divorce and things in the press and things like that. So I think that's where Garcelle is like, "Sir, are we just not talking about this anymore?"
Exactly.
No.
We
It
don't
would be
talk
like
about it.
it would be
We
like
don't
if
talk
there
about
was
it. Hey,
something
Garcelle. No,
if there's
hey, we don't
something
talk
in the
about it.
press. Go
We
ahead.
don't talk about it. Sorry, I just want to say we don't talk about it. Like Garcelle, what's going on in your dating life? Oh, you're not dating anybody? Oh, you said you had some like two random hookups. Tell us who those people are. Are they married? Are they like young? Are they available? Like why is it only two? How often are you seeing them? You know what I mean? Like move on to the next subject. Like do any of these ladies not have anything else going on?
You are so over it.
Yeah, I literally Garcelle's energy, I was like, honestly, I'm so glad you're leaving. I'm so glad because you can tell that she does not like these girls. And I hope she realizes that Sutton this friend of hers, Sutton is a backstabber. Sutton wants to be friends with the it girl. She wants to be friends with the popular clique, the pretty girls that she's always saying. She wants to be like a Barbie girl. And it's like be friends with people who actually support you, uplift you. And that was Garcelle. Garcelle had her back. Garcelle was a ride or die, and Sutton just like throws her away. But then behind the scenes, she's like backstabbing and talking crap about everybody.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that. Sutton's definitely not Garcelle's friend, and I think it's really sad to see. Um,
Yeah.
now, okay, so I want to shift gears to Dorit and Bose, like when they were talking
Oh,
when they were talking about let me look at my notes. Hold on. Okay.
yeah.
I gotta take notes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so when they were talking about how Dorit and Bose became like really close, and Bose was like, "Yeah, Garcelle told me before we started filming, like make your own decisions." First of all, respect to her.
Mm,
She easily could have been like, "Don't be
I
friends
love
with these
that.
white people." Like she very easily
Yep.
could have said that.
Yep.
But anyway,
Yeah.
so when Bose came in, I think the reason that Dorit and Bose got close is because Bose is like an open book, and she seems like a big people person. She's like a nurturing person, right?
Hmm.
She wants to get to know you for you and really spend time with you, right? And at the moment
Yeah.
that she met Dorit, it was the very first scene, and Dorit was not getting along with
Or
Kyle.
vomit.
She was, yeah, she was on the outs with everybody pretty much. She kind of felt alone. And then here comes Bose, and
Yeah.
he was like, please tell me your life story. And like you said, word vomit. Like Dorit just trauma dumped on her
Yep.
immediately. And Bose was
Yep.
like, oh, little baby bird, let me scoop you up and be your friend. Like, now, I don't, it's not that if they had met like last season or something, they wouldn't be friends. I think it was just the immediate click and the immediate need to feel to like shield her from the rest of the women. You know what I'm saying? And
I
that's
can
how they
see that.
became
I
close.
can
But
see that.
also, I think Dorit did that because Bose is black. I'm just gonna say that. Because
Ooh.
Garcelle put out a lot of stuff, like the microaggressions, and you seem a little racist.
Mm.
I believe that she probably is a little bit, I think all of them are a little bit racist. I'm just when you
I
get
think so too.
when you have when you are white and you have that much money, you're 99% chance gonna be a little
Including
bit racist.
Sutton.
Oh, very much so.
Including Sutton, as we see her mother. Her
Yeah, very
mother
much
is a
so.
prime example.
That's why I was
Yeah.
confused why her and Garcelle were friends from the beginning. I was like, this is not your friend. It's good. You know what it
And
is?
I do
They're
hope.
probably cool, right? Because I've had white friends like this where I had a white friend whose mother told me to my face, I love that you're friends with my daughter. You make great friends, but I would not want my daughter to marry a black person. Why are you telling me this? I'm not a lesbian. We're not dating. What is happening? Very confusing. And Sutton gives me those
No,
vibes. She's like, please come to dinner,
absolutely.
but don't come too close. You know what I'm saying? Like she's that vibe.
Wow.
But
Oh my gosh.
anyway,
That's yeah.
yeah.
Wait, okay. Oh, I had a thought. It left. It left. Okay, carry on. Dang it. It was
No, but
about
that it might come back to you. But that was just my point. Like with Dorit, I think that's I think it was easy because
it was
Bo's black.
calculated.
She's a nurturing, open person. I don't think Dorit went into it like I must befriend the black person, but I think it just worked in her favor a little too well. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It was something
Yeah.
about that. But yeah.
I'm I can see that. I'm gonna be honest though. I also feel that like Dorit was going to just latch on who I think whoever the newbie was gonna be, I feel like Dorit was gonna latch on to them because she has nobody. Think
Yeah.
about it. In the beginning of the season, none of the girls are really talking to her other than Erica.
Erica, yeah.
And of course, Bose is so welcoming, like you said, and nurturing, and Dorit just like boop. So, but interesting, interesting take right there.
Hmm. Yeah. And speaking of Erica,
Yeah.
I know what she said. The way she said it to Garcelle was really rude, but I agree with her. Like she's not
So
really
what?
interesting. Like Garcelle's not really interesting. And it's like no offense to you, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I get you're sharing everything that you can share, but like homegirl, it's not interesting. I know just because you're sharing everything doesn't mean it makes good TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that Garcelle had a good run on the show. And she did share a lot. Let's just give her this because I know you like Garcelle. I liked Garcelle before she came on to the show, and I feel like it made me, I honestly, I just don't feel like the show was for her, if I'm being honest. These
Right.
women on these shows, they're fake. Garcelle's so accomplished. She's a well-known actress. You know, she is a self-made person, like she said. She got on the show and she shared a lot. She shared about her divorce. She talked about it a lot, actually. And I think that as each season, a new season would come in, I feel like she would get kind of more closed off and more guarded. Rightfully so. I can only imagine being on the show, the hate that you get. And I know the year that people were sending death threats to her children, that I feel like that is when things changed for Garcelle. And I just felt like she wouldn't let the girls in. And I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
I feel
no,
like
I
I
get what
sound
you're
like I don't make
saying.
sense. I feel like I don't make sense because I do like Garcelle, but I don't feel like I don't feel like the show was good enough for her anymore.
Okay, so I agree with what you're saying. She shared things, but she never shared anything current, in my opinion. Like she talked about her divorce, which was before the show. She talked about navigating co-parenting, but we never actually saw the actual co-parenting. I don't know. I guess her ex didn't want to be on the show really or whatever. We saw snippets of her kids. We never really saw like a lot of her work. We saw the beach house. Everybody always talks about the beach house. Okay, I get it. We talked about the beach house. I feel the same way with Erica. Like people are like, well, Erica's talking about that's boring too. Like I don't
Yeah,
it's
honestly,
not
the
like
next
a
season for Erica, if she's talking about her home makeover, like interior design, I'm gonna be like, we need to get over that. Like, okay,
right.
you remodeled your home, like get over it. Like give us
Exactly.
we want to know who you're talking to, who are you messing with? Like if you're like therapy, talk to
Right. I
something.
know
Like, let's
Erica's got
get deep.
she's got a lot of projects she's doing right now. I want to hear about those next season. And for Garcelle, okay, so you know the talk show The Real. I'm a huge fan of The Real. I was so sad when it went off the air.
Me
So sad.
too.
When
I was
Garcelle was on The Real,
hmm
I was bored with her then. I'm just gonna be honest. I I was bored with her on The Real. I don't know. It's just something about her. I'm just not interested in Garcelle.
I feel like it's how I think she's just, and I don't know her. I'm over here acting like, oh my gosh, we're friends. No, but I feel like her personality is just a little bit more guarded in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like she's got like this sort of air of like just kind of like she's more mellow, relaxed. She's direct, but like she's more quiet. And I don't know. I mean, I love the real. Um, Adrienne Bailon was my girl. I feel like she made it so interesting. Tamara was so interesting. All of them were so interesting. But anyways, yeah. So
Yeah.
it
And
was
I
an
don't know.
episode.
It's very off and on with Garcelle because it's like the actual words that she's saying. I'm like, yes, but I just wish it was coming from some a more entertaining source. I don't know. I don't know how to
Yeah.
explain
But
it.
I did not know that her and Sutton are not speaking though. Because
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah.
I,
But I
I'm
mean
just
I think it's obvious why. Just right even in that clip in the first part.
yeah, but it's like I feel like Garcelle always, I don't know what it is. She gives Sutton a pass. When Sutton is acting like a crazy person, I feel like Garcelle always has her back. You know what I mean? And I feel like she's going to still I feel like they're still friends if I'm being honest. But I hope Garcelle moves on from Sutton because I just feel like Sutton used her. I feel like
I
Sutton
think
used
so.
Garcelle because when nobody liked Sutton, Garcelle was like, no, let's give her a chance. No, she's not a weirdo. Like, look. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Um,
No,
but
yeah,
anyways,
that
it was
makes
a
perfect
really
sense.
good episode.
I thought
I
it was
felt it
good
was really
too.
good.
I thought it was
Now
great. I
let's
can't wait for more.
transition into Atlanta.
Okay.
Because I'm so devastated, Morgan. I am Team Kenya all the way, and I know next week's episode is going to completely make her look so bad because of her own actions, but I still stand by Kenya. I hope I don't regret saying that. What were your thoughts on
Okay.
that episode?
So, first of all, Portia having tea on Angela's husband is just like Girl, what? I cannot stand when the women get on the show and they're like, because I heard something. I'm like, just say what it is. Why are you
Like,
being
don't
so
say you know
annoying?
something, but you're not going to say it. Like
Right.
Portia. And we all know she's going to say it. And I don't know if she's maybe holding it over Angela, kind of like, I got information. You know what I know, and you don't want me to let it out. And I'm like, that's being like,
I feel
I
like
mean,
Angela handled that a lot better than I would have because the whole dinner would have stopped. Would have say what it is then, girl. Say what you got to say. Like,
yeah, yeah,
whole
no.
dinner would have been shut down.
Yeah. Wait, okay. And how did you feel when Kelly calls out Drew and at the table and she's like, thank you for everyone who paid except for some people. And they're like, who? Who didn't pay? And it was like, was that shady or was Kelly like, no, like you sucked for not for showing for not like purchasing anything?
I think the way she did it was really ballsy. But she also didn't have any actual proof that Drew didn't buy anything. She just said, I didn't see you leave with a bag. And then Drew was like, no. And, she showed her the text messages or whatever. But Kelly was like, but I didn't see a receipt. I just saw a text message exchange saying that it's being sent,
Hmm.
but it's being
Drew looked
sent.
pretty embarrassed. I,
I would be
I,
embarrassed too if somebody said that. What you mean? I didn't
oh, I
buy
would be
anything.
so embarrassed. I'd probably cry
But are
right
you
there.
required to,
Um,
okay, now I'm not in this tax bracket, so let me know. But
no,
if you go to a charity event, are you required to purchase something
I think
to
that's
help?
expected. I think it's expected.
I mean, I'm sure it
I
would
think
be
it's expected.
helpful and it would be great, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah, no, no, no. But okay, I'm gonna be honest though. I am absolutely loving Kelly. Like, I think she is funny, she's witty, she's kind of toned it down a little bit.
yeah.
And when her and Kenya had that scene, it felt so real and like authentic. And then once again, you learn more about Kelly. Like she has to have a bodyguard. I like how Kenya was like, "Girl," she's like, "You're doing too much," and she's like, "No, like legit, like my husband like threatened to kill me in
The
court,"
Kelly
and it
Kenya
was like, "Oh,
relationship, I wish I could see that evolve because
me too,
even
me too."
even in her interview, the interview and oh my God, I didn't even we talked about it before this and I didn't even look it up. She went on a talk show with somebody. I don't know that woman's name. It's like Kiki Palmer says, sorry to that woman. But I'm about to look it up. It's gonna irritate me. But anyway, Kenya, when she went on that show, she said thank you to Kelly for being supportive. She's put that on social media a few times, like Kelly has been supportive of her. So
Hmm.
I would love to see their relationship evolve and someone genuinely connect with Kenya. And I really hope
Yeah,
to see Portia and Kenya like be good. I always thought they would be cool, even like in way back on, their
yeah, I
first
agree.
encounters.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I'm just the I was looking up the interview and I literally typed it all wrong, so I can't do that. I was trying to multitask and I
What
can't do
is
it.
her? Oh, here's her picture.
Um, but I agree. I thought Kelly's and Kenya's dynamic was so good to see on there.
Takara.
Huh?
No, not Takara. Girl,
Uh,
anyway, I'm
and
sorry.
yeah, I love when Portia and Kenya are good because they have good banter. They have some good, they're so like, they're shady, but like it's the good kind of shade, you know what I mean? And
And they're the
like,
pretty girls. I want to
they're
see the
the
pretty girls link up and like
They're
have fun.
pretty smart girls. Yeah, and it's like it's a vibe when like they're all kind of getting along. Okay, but let's get into it because I know we're gonna be running out of time. So when I had to rewind it back because I wanted to make sure when I saw Kenya walk in, first of all, she was not even wearing black, but it's Kenya, so whatever. I'm not I'm here for it. Um, she says hi to all the girls. Number one, her dress was extremely short. I'm not hating. And then, like when you have makeup on, I do this all the time. When people come to give me a hug, I kind of like back away a little bit because like I don't want to get makeup on them. I don't want them to ruin my face, whatever. So I feel like when she was saying hi to everybody, it was no big deal. And then when she got to Brit, she got down, bent down, she kind of like patted a little bit, but like I don't feel like it was shady.
It wasn't.
Did you think it was shady?
No, I think Brit just had a problem off gate with Kenya. And okay, not that Kenya needs a reason to not give her a real hug, okay? Because I'm not a hugger. So I also would have given
Hmm.
the little and I don't even
Hmm.
make makeup. So like that's what you get. Um
Yeah.
I think number one, she knows Brit the least. She had obviously spent one-on-one time with Kelly. They just
Yeah.
connected and had a great time. The other girls she's known from before, well, except Angela, it was Angela's event, so obviously you're going to be super polite to the host,
Yeah.
so she knows Brit the least. That's number one. Number two,
Exactly.
like you said, the makeup thing. Normally, when you're wearing a face full of makeup, you don't go in and like rub your face all over their face and on their clothes and
Exactly.
stuff. Um, and number three, like, girl, I'm about to sit with you for the next 2 hours. Like,
Literally, they were sitting right next to each other. It was,
sorry, I heard something outside.
oh, I was like, did I say something
No.
weird?
But yeah,
Um, it,
it was weird. It was very strange. She just wanted beef with her because she's been talking about this issue with Kenya for the every episode. We only get what
yeah.
3 episodes
Yeah.
in. Girl, let it go.
And then was Kenya's comment like peasants can't come for queens? We all know, I mean, Kenya is just the queen of shade, you know what I mean? But like, was that too shady or was that,
No,
oh
I
no?
think it was appropriate. She said, first of all, when Britt asked the question, we know you wrote the question, girl. Stop playing. Ain't nobody else thinking about this imaginary drama but you. Um,
I think actually though, I think Brit, because Kenya got a few questions. I think that was Kelly's question
it might have
saying,
been.
like, why aren't you, can you be a little kinder to my friend, Brit?
I
I
think
was
that
like,
specific
was
question
it
was
Kelly?
from Britt. I think some of the other questions obviously were not from her. Might have been from Kelly
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
else causing like
Yeah.
wanting to stir stuff up. I think that specific question was from Britt because she never spoke to her with an attitude. And then Kenya answered the question. She said, "Yes, I can speak to
Yes.
everyone without an attitude, and I think I have." We're not talking about everyone. We're talking about me. That's the problem. You want everyone to constantly be talking about you, girl. Like, is your husband not giving you any attention? Because, in your scenes, it looks like he's ignoring you. So I'm just
Oh my God. We need, oh my gosh. I wish we had more time because her relationship with her husband gives me anxiety. I'm like, should I be concerned when she goes out with her sister and at the end of it, she's like, okay, well, Mike's texting me right now. I gotta go. I gotta go. And I'm like, are you
That
kidding
is
me? Your
so
sister's
weird.
telling you that I want to have a conversation without your husband being present at every moment. And right now, you're literally telling me I gotta go because my man's calling me. He
Yeah,
knows he's filming. He knows you're filming. It's weird. It's
it's very
weird.
weird. And me as a normal person who is attached to the hip to my husband, okay? We
Mhm.
are everywhere together. He would never do that, especially if I'm in the middle of a deep conversation with somebody that I want to repair this relationship with. Like, why would he be rushing me to come home? So come home for what? You ain't got no kids, girl. What you doing at home? Is he that lonely? He needs a friend.
And even when they're together, they don't even seem like they're like interested in each other. Like he doesn't seem like he's even enjoying her. Really weird. But how it ends with Britt just popping off, we all know what she says. And do you feel she took it too
He
far?
definitely took it too far because let me tell you something. If I was Kenya, that would have been handled 100% differently. As soon as she said, I got what I got, because I don't know, I don't want to get us
Hmm.
shut
Oh
down.
yeah.
But if she had said that and I'm in the vicinity, I'm turning around. Where is it? Whip it out. What are we doing? Because
But
ain't no way you about to threaten my life with all these
mhm.
people out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's interesting because then Britt takes it back and she's like, "Oh no, I've never owned blah blah." And she's like, "So I would never say blah blah." And it's like,
But you
but
said
you
it
said
twice.
it. You said it. So if you don't own it, what you got like security guards? Like who's gonna come up on Kenya?
I
It
think
was
it
just
was an empty
weird.
threat. I don't think she would really do that, but I think it's a weird place to go to threaten someone. You know what I'm saying? I think she's just trying way too hard and it's giving love and hip hop, babe. You're on the
It
wrong show.
really is. It really is. And I'm just so sad because I know Kenya takes it too far next week, but don't poke the bear.
I
You
think
know what I
I
mean?
think Brit should have been kicked off before Kenya even had the chance to do that.
I
That's my
I
personal
think
opinion. If you can't throw a glass in somebody's face, a drink in somebody's face without getting kicked off, there's no way you should be able to threaten to use any type of weapon
Yep. Yep.
and not get kicked off. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
No, I agree, but I'm so like anxious for next week's episode because it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad for Kenya,
Yeah.
but I'm like,
Yeah.
oof. It's like I almost don't want to see it, but I'm like, I want to see it, and it's like, yeah. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, this was a good episode for Atlanta, part one of Beverly Hills. That's gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let us know in the comments down below what you think. Are we Team Garcelle, Team Sutton, Team Kyle, Team No One, Team Kenya, Team Brit? No one's Team Brit. But anyways, let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, save, share, and thanks for tuning in.
Thank you guys. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads and all the things. And yes, please make sure you comment. Okay, bye.
Bye.